Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Um, Today I'm going to do a little video about how I collect and what I collect. First few seconds I showed a few other things I collect. There's a couple eclectic things sitting in front, and I'll get to those later on in the video. If they look familiar, they might. I'll show you a couple cards of this person. And as far as me collecting, if cards weren't worth anything, I'd still be collecting cards. I still love watching sports. Not only the four major sports, but other sports. I go on streaks. Sometimes I'll watch one sport more than the other, but it kind of goes by seasons now. But I collect all the sports, magazines, programs, ticket stubs. A few things I showed up front that are sitting on my desk. And I go out just about every weekend looking for stuff. Antique shops, thrift stores. I just can't drive by them. I gotta go look. There might be a treasure in one of them, and sometimes there has been treasures, and sometimes I've had semi-permanent collectibles that I've sold, made some money, went out and bought some other things. And I don't know that I even have anything that's worth $1,000 in my collection. When I do, I usually sell to go out and buy some more things. It's just a continuing process, and it's something that I love to do. I'll go through a pile of cards here, and you can kind of see how eclectic and that, I do have, like 200 and some Kirby Puckett cards. I might start, trying to collect all his playing day cards. This is 1952 Laval card of Julio Becerra, and it's from Quebec, Canada, and they translated his name into July Becker, but it's Julio Becerra, one of the 1961 inaugural season Minnesota Twins. I'll pick up some cheap rookie cards. Here's a Oral Hershiser 85 Topps, and it's a Tiffany. And if I pick up something like that, it's probably because it's cheap. Or else I'll pick up something like this because it's unusual. It's cut off of a post cereal box, probably 1963. Gil Hodges played for the Mets. Mookie Chilson's Mets in 1962 and 63. And I'll get the oddball, different looking Harmon Killebrew cards. Here's a square cornered game card from 68. If you don't remember them, the back might jar your memory. Here's a 1969 Topps decal. I'll collect the odd Killebrews, but I don't collect his normal regular issue cards. This is a Harmon Killebrew cut off of the box of Kellogg's cereal. It's not the one that you find in the box in that little white wrapper. This is a part of the advertising on the outside of the box. Here's something I picked up at last year's National in Chicago. It's a Mickey Mantle pocket photo, and it's in Kodak paper. You can't really see that. It's very light. Here's a Mickey Mantle B. Dalton bookstore card. It goes with the book, The Mick. I was lucky to find that book in a thrift store one time. Open it up, and hey, it's autographed. I took it over to JSA at the next show, and they authenticated it. Now a good friend of mine has it. Mickey Mantle's Restaurant, his most recent one, New York City. I believe it closed in 2012. There's another one of these fun cards from the front of the post cereal box in 62. Don Mattingly card from the Columbus Clippers. Here's a Nabisco Tony Oliva, hand cut. Here's from a bazooka box, Camilo Pascual. Shout out to Orlando, a collector's dream. This is cut off of front of a 1970 bazooka box. You can see the card like that Babe Ruth there could be found on the side panels, two on each side. And on the back would be a big, larger picture of Babe Ruth or some other great moment in baseball. Here's an O-Pee-Chee Nolan Ryan. Mother's Cookies Nolan Ryan. In the starting lineups, I really like that first year card, 1988 with the dark border. So when I see those, I'll pick them up. Then some oddball Michael Jordans like this Sports Illustrated for Kids with golf club in his hand, doing the Tiger Woods pump, fist pump. And then here's a Beckett magazine card, Michael Jordan. Oh, and it has LeBron James on the back. 1 out of 2,000. Now I'll pick up things like this square corner 70 top super glossy. It's Joe Cap. I'm not sure, but a lot of them I see have the black streak on the back. Here's a regular issue, second year Montana. It's another square corner super from 1970. And Bart Starr, I also keep Bart Starr cards. That's the 70 super of Bart Starr, and that doesn't have the black strip on the back. 1970 Bart Starr. This is a pile that I grabbed for this video. Gotta have Bart Starr and Harmon Killebrew in it. And of course, a couple other players coming up. Here's a 63 Salada coin of Bart Starr. I think he lost every game his senior year as quarterback at Alabama. John Unitas, quarterback of the greatest game ever played. #1 card in the set. Another square corner, Green Bay Packer, Willie Wood, Hall of Famer. And that black strip. This one I showed recently. It's National Donut Day, Tim Horton. This is a 1965-66 Coca-Cola card. And this is a Sports Stars card from the 1950s. Looks like Bond Bread, but it's not Bond Bread because it has square corners. Bond Bread has the rounded corners. I know a lot of people like to sell these off as Bond Bread, but they aren't. And I'll put it right there, because those jars in the back, mustard jars, Lucky Joe's Bank, those are supposed to be Joe Louis, Lucky Joe Banks, Nash's Prepared Mustard. That's from the 1940s. I've got 2 painted jars and 1 not painted. And I always like to pick those up when I see them. They're fun. You can put them on your desk for display or whatever. And I also collect proofs. Here's a candy lid proof of Harmon Killebrew. And here's what the back looks like. You can see where, when you cut it out, you can see where the candy lid would go on top of the candy dispenser. Willie Mays, 1967 Topps disc test proof. should say Willie Mays for mayor in the final product. And those were blank back. Next we have the Old London Coin Proof of Roger Maris. There's like 7 different proofs for those Old London coins. Shows the different colors as they're being added or tested for the coins. Here's the KDKA Roberto Clemente. And it's not the one from the Clemente family, it's just the regular old one. Here's a side panel from Transagram box, and of course everybody knows Mickey. Teeny tiny card. And other cards I'll get other cards from other countries. Venezuela, Roger Maris. O-Pee-Chee, Mickey Mantle. The only difference on the back there, it says printed in Canada. And of course I like the team issue cards. Here's Roberto Clemente again, 1970 team issue. And probably the core of my collection right now is exhibits. Here's a Satchel Paige rookie. This card was only printed in 1949, but it belongs to the 47 through 66 exhibit set. It's a set that I'm working on currently. This is a picture of him when he's warming up for a game. I've seen the actual photo. And it's blank back, of course. And I also collect Western cards. And here's Geronimo, 1908, Williamson Hafner Company postcard. Beautiful card of Geronimo. And if you have writing on the back, they generally give you a 1. This one's dated 1914 on the postmark, but the card was created in 1908. See that in the writing. See if you can get the writing to come in there. So that's basically core to what I collect. You know, just stuff that I enjoy having next to my desk. I can grab a pile of them out, look through them. Got a couple of albums of sets that I like. And I've got the 7-Eleven hockey coins from the 80s, Johnson cookie set from 53, 69 decal set from O-Pee-Chee, baseball. Just fun stuff. You know, if someone decided the cards weren't worth money tomorrow, I'd be happy with what I have, and I'd go out looking again this weekend. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you get all your prep ready for the National, and hope everybody has a great time.